Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you another Coffee with Coach. Hope you're up doing well. Got the mind in the right place. If not, as always, let's put it in the right place. So, I found a new episode today. It's more Andy Priscilla. Again, the way the YouTube algorithm works. Also, I think just the way the universe works is whatever you're focused on, thinking about, attracted to, is going to come your way. And so I'm really big onto these motivational talks that I listen to, these podcasts, these things, people that are winning in life, people that are doing better than me in life. I want to know how they're doing, what they're doing, what their routines are. I want to hear what they have to say because I am trying to go in that same direction. And so every day when I get up, it just seems like these new videos are recommended from YouTube. And so I'll click on them and listen to them. And some are good and some are better. And I wanted to share with you guys because it goes right along with the one I did yesterday with the good, building good and bad momentums. I mean, it goes hand in hand, but these are two different videos, two different podcasts that were made at two separately different times. And so I wanted to go into it because when I was walking my dogs this morning and, cleaning up and doing that kind of stuff, my normal routine, I just been replaying it over and over again. So anyways, Andy Priscilla said, it's not about talent, it's about choices. And just like everything else, it just got my attention. It's not about talent, it's about choices. And he's talking about winning and losing in life. And you should want to, or, deserve to win by the choices that you make. And sometimes, I know people personally because I talk to so many people that they seem like life is unfair. Because other people either have things that they don't have, are going to places they're not able to go to yet, are just doing things that they're not able to do. And so there's some resentment in there. There's some why not me? And yes, some people are just born with just, more opportunities than others. But at the end of the day, it's just your choices. It's your choices on how you think and how you do things will take you to the places that you want to go and the things that you want to do. And he's talking about how these things, little things just compound over time. These small choices that you make, the things that you should be doing, and you start doing them, regardless of how you feel today or tomorrow, whatever the case is. You just get up, and he says you do everything you can to just win the day. You start off with your daily routine to win the day. Like for me, the morning routine, all these guys say the same thing. They get up at the same time every day. It's not, 6 a.m. today, 7 a.m. tomorrow, 9 o'clock a different day. Maybe I sleep into 11, regardless of how I feel or how my body feels or what kind of sleep I did get or didn't get. It's 6 a.m. Or sometimes like today, it was a little bit before. It was 5:45. So my body just wakes up and I just got to start it because it's the routine, it's the habit. I know that if I wake up any later than 6 o'clock or whatever, things start to really fall behind because I have a schedule to keep. And I don't have to be to work at 6 o'clock. It's just the way my routine is. If I'm fall behind, then everything else, then the rest of the day starts to get hectic and starts to just get out of control. So I have to get up at a certain time every day. So he's talking about these small wins and doing everything that you have to do. And he says, you just wake up and you do everything you can to make it a win. So that's how I start my day, things like that. Getting up on time is very important. Getting up early. People that sleep in just to sleep in, and say they need, 8, 9, 10 hours of sleep, man, they're just wasting opportunities to just get things done and make things happen. So he's like, if you really, really want to win, these choices that you make, you have to separate yourself, which I've talked about these things many times over and over again, but I wrote them all down, and these are the things that he was talking about. You got to decide that you're not going to be like everyone else. You have to decide that you're not going to do the things that everyone else does. You have to decide that you're not going to live how other people live, like the average people live. You have to decide that you're not going to eat and drink how other people do. No one really talks about these guys never really talk about their finances. I feel like that's really important because I feel like it plays a huge part in people's lives if people don't make the right choices with their finances. If you are making just bad choices with your finances, that affects everything. It affects everything. So I have to put that in there. I'm just adding that into the list, right? So he said, you just win today. Just focus on winning today. He said, then what happens? You wake up and you do the same thing tomorrow. And then what happens after that? You wake up the very next day and you do the same thing, and you just keep repeating these processes every single day. And then what happens? He says you start creating a winning streak. And I love that. When you start creating a winning streak, you're forming these new habits that are taking you in this better, different direction. He said, now it's automatic. You don't really have to think about it. You're just doing it. And I live by this because it's just the way I am. And it's just, I didn't have these things at my disposal before. Like, these are just things that I just did on my own without people telling me anything. It's just what I thought I feel like I should be doing. And then I start hearing these things over and over again from other people because there was no social media before. There was no YouTube and Instagram Reels and all the cool things that they have that I follow on social media. And it just falls right in line with what I've been doing. And he goes, now you don't have to aspire to be a winner. You just are. And I think I said that yesterday, or the other episode was like, is this in your DNA? Is this who you are? And I get that a lot. Like, there's a lot of things that I need to improve on and get better on because we're always a work in progress. We're always under construction. We're always trying to do better, right? Or at least that's the mindset. But I always get from other people, like, how am I able to do the things that I'm doing? Like, how am I able to get the wins, whether it's jiu-jitsu wins in tournaments or in practice, or, again, my credit score, or just money in the bank, or just, my school's doing so well, my students are doing so well. I've always had, since day one, really good students, really good jiu-jitsu academy with students. Like, you come in and we're just always tough. Like that logo, you see it, we're just a tough team to deal with, those are just daily habits, things that I've formed throughout the years to where I just won't negotiate with certain things. I won't negotiate with myself, or for my business, there's things I just won't negotiate with, or with my students, I won't negotiate where the bar is at. The bar is set high. I now have these huge 6x8 big posters that are plastered all over the school in really big font, to where this is what we're about. This is what the mindset is. This is who we are. And when you have these bars and these standards set, and there's no negotiating with those things, then it's really hard to lose. And like he says in this episode, you're going to lose because that's life. You're going to lose regardless of how good you do things and how perfect you try to be. I get that too. You're always, you think you're perfect, and no, I don't think I'm perfect. I know I try harder than most people, and that rubs people the wrong way. People hate that. I mean, if I get up earlier than you do and I'm doing more things than you, I get up at 6 and you get up at 8, and I got a workout in and this and that in and did all these other things, and you're 2 hours behind. Well, not that I'm better than you. I'm just doing things better than you. I'm up earlier than you. If I work out today and you don't work out today, well, I just did something better than you today. You didn't do anything. If I went and trained jiu-jitsu today and you didn't, well, guess what? I'm I'm getting the edge on you. You know, I think Kobe Bryant talks about that in one of his. There was a video that I watched where like he gets up like, I don't know, 3:30 or 4:30, and he's talking about how much he practiced before his opponents woke up. Like he already did like a 2-hour practice and did a run and did a weight training session before most people even get up. Those guys get up and they're now they got to go do a workout or a run or, you know, basketball practice, some drills or something, and he's already on his second training session of the day by that time. And then time goes by and he's on his third training session. It's just not he's better than anyone, or he don't think he's just doing things more and doing things better because he's just sticking to a routine. So he's creating these habits, creating these wins. And for me, I see a lot of people out there on social media because on Facebook, it says, you know, what's on your mind or something, or at least it did. And that's what people do. They put their feelings and their emotions and their thoughts on Facebook. And most of the time, it's not really a positive thing. Most of the time, it's a whining, complaining, negative thing. And so it's very hard to feed off of that, you know, because there's no energy, there's no motivation, there's no good vibes coming from it. And so those individuals will continue to go down that path because they're not putting good vibes out into the universe, metaverse. You know, they need to put better things out there. And the ones that I see that are putting a positive post, that they are healing, they are getting better, because one thing is for sure, everyone's hurting. There's so many people that have gone through so many things, some worse than others, but everyone's going through or has gone through a situation that they wish they didn't have. They didn't have to, but it's done, it's over with, and now you have to work your way through those situations and get back into the win column and try to win for not only yourself, but the people around you and your family and stuff like that. So it's very important to think about these things, be conscious about these things, hear these things, because these are the things that are going to push you and keep you on track, because most people aren't talking like this. Most things that you listen to throughout the day aren't talking about things like this. So it's very important that you hear these things about winning so that you can have that mindset to do so. And like you said, it's not talent. It's just choices. If you just make the right choices, small ones, incremental choices each day to just put yourself in a winning column, they're going to build up and you're going to create winning streaks and habits, and they become automatic, and winning just becomes who you are. And I just love that. Like, it's just, these are all my notes. I wrote them all down. These are all the things that he said, you know, and it's just the truth. The people that I see, that I know, that are making the better choices with their finances, their health, what they eat, what they drink, how they think, how they take care of their bodies, exercising, whatever, putting themselves around people, they're all winning. They're all winning. And the ones that aren't doing those things, they're all losing. And all it is a choice, you know. Again, it's rough and it's tough to hear people call themselves losers. I know people like that. It just kills me inside to just like to hear people talk about themselves like that. And that's all just a result of just bad choices. They continue to make bad choices. They're giving advice, good advice, and they won't take the good advice. They'll take their friend's advice or some other people that aren't doing good's advice. Some other person has been through crappy relationships, try to get their relationship advice for their own relationship or their bad finances and use their advice, and they'll just take those things, and those things compound into another, like yesterday, bad momentums, and then that's where they're gonna go. They're gonna go in the wrong direction, when all you gotta do is just say, you know what, enough's enough. Today's the day. That's enough of wasting my money on Starbucks or whatever it is that people blow their money on. It's enough of letting my health go. It's enough of allowing myself to think that I'm going to think like this, that I'm a loser, that I suck at things or this, whatever. Today's the day where I'm going to start making these choices, that I'm going to start winning. And at the end of the day, I was told this a long time ago by a business mentor of mine. When you lay your head on the pillow at night, you either won or lost. And that really hit home with me, because it's like, I'm a winner, man. Like, I win. I got proof of winning in a lot of areas in life. And to just allow myself to lose, that's just not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. Like, when I put my head down at night, yeah, some days are better than others for sure. But to get up and just do nothing and just lay around and not be active and not be healthy and not take care of my finances and the things that I'm supposed to take care of, that's not happening. That's not going to happen. Because for one, that's not who I am. Two, too many people depend on me to make sure that like that I have to do those things. Because if those other things fall apart, then the family falls apart, the business falls apart. A lot of people have changed their lives through jiu-jitsu from coming into our academy doors and met the people that they've met on our mats, and their mindset starts to change, their bodies start to change, the way they do things start to change. So there's a lot of weight on my shoulders to make sure that I do everything that I can personally. Even though I'm not perfect, I have to try to make those things perfect, because too many people depend on the things that I do in the dark where no one sees, so that they can win. And I accept that. Like, I embrace that kind of weight so that other people can win. And like I said, some days, yeah, I don't win, because life just does things to you. But that's not because, again, I slept in, I ate crappy foods, I didn't run, I didn't work out, I didn't go train, I didn't listen to the things that I'm listening to, I let my credit go to crap and everything else. It's not because of that. It's just because life is tough and life throws things your way, and it challenges you. It puts things in your face to see how bad you really want things. And that's the test. We're always getting tested. So I'm gonna leave it there. Hopefully that helped you kind of just change your mindset for the day. If you're winning, keep winning. If you're not winning, start winning. And it's not talent. It's not some gift that you need to have. It's just a simple choice that you need to make. Like, enough's enough. I'm done with losing. And again, the main things are your finances, your health. And if you fix those things, and your mindset, the way you think about yourself, you fix those three things, everything else starts to fall in place and go into a better direction for you. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good day. We'll see you.